Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your #1 hot sauce guy coming to you again. Tonight, no challenge. Tonight, what we got up is just a little tasting from somebody that I did a trade with, and a new friend of mine, Shawn McBride. This is his homemade stuff. So he sent me a couple different ones. This is his classic red right here. You know, love the bottle. And then we got up his classic Verde style. And then he also sent me a salsa Verde, which is going to be jalapeno, serrano, fire roasted poblano, and tomatillos on that guy. And then he also sent me a little bit of his powder. And I've tried the powder already. I put that on some popcorn. Phenomenal, really good. Not overly spicy, not overly hot, but a good flavor, a good balance. I put it on some lime chili popcorn, so that had a little flavor to it and a little heat to it, but this just, you know, took it over the top. Completely changed the entire bag of popcorn. So this is really good stuff. We're not going to be sampling this tonight. I've already had it, but again, it's really good. So let's just dive straight into it. This is just a tasting. Shawn, again, I appreciate you sending these out. You went above and beyond for the trade that we did. I sent you a couple sauces. I hope those are tasting good. I hope they treat you right. So I want to try the classic Verde first. I like red sauces. So you can see, gosh, you know, the reflection's not so good. But I'm going to post a picture of these guys as well so you can just see the artwork. I think he told me on this one to not even try the squeeze. So we're going to just take the little topper off. And then, yeah. Smells smoky. Smells really tasty. Love the thickness and the consistency on this. Really nice, really nice. So again, that's the classic Verde. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Really good flavor. I love the chunks and the pieces in there. The texture of that is hands down phenomenal. Not hot, but it has a nice underlying kick to it. Okay, that once you let it settle on the tongue and the palate, then it kind of comes down a little bit. You can feel a little bit of a sting to it. Nothing over the top, nothing crazy. But it's ringing true now to why I reached out to you, Shawn, because I think you were promoting these or talking about putting it on some kind of Spanish dish or some kind of Mexican dish and having those kind of authentic type flavors, and that certainly does. Really good. That's tasty, my friend. So we'll get into the salsa Verde style, which is going to be similar. This looks to be, you know, just a little bit more runny, not as thick consistency wise. And again, on the classic red and the classic Verde, the first two I showed you, I'm not sure what's in those. I think that one I just tried is going to be real similar to this. Jalapeno, serrano, fire roasted poblano, and tomatillos. It has a lot of that kind of similar flavor to me. This has a little sweeter flavor to it. But again, you can see the chunks in there and the goodness coming. So let's see how this pours out. I don't know. You might have told me to take the topper off this guy. Yeah, I think so. I think that might have been what it was, but we'll get some out. It's a little runnier, but it's definitely got some thickness to it, because that's why it's, you know, taking a while to come out. But nonetheless, got a good sweet kind of aroma to it. Okay, you can definitely taste the tomatillo in there. Yeah, it smells fresh. It smells really good. Wow. Yeah. I like that better. It might even be a little spicier. Yeah, that might even be just a tad bit spicier than this guy was. They're very similar in coloration. This looks a little darker. I know it's hard to see, but the classic Verde, it looks like it might be just a little bit darker. It could be the Poblano in there. I'm not 100% sure. I don't make sauce. I'd love to someday, but haven't gotten there yet. But really good. But this is nice. This is a really good sauce right here. Anybody out there? Shawn, this is nice. Definitely of the two, I like this one. I feel like the heat and the sting that came off of this one might have lasted a little bit longer. Let's give it another go real quick and just see. It might have lasted a little longer. Okay. No, this definitely has a little more kick to it for me, But you know what this tastes like now in a bottle? This tastes like chips and salsa in a bottle. Okay, the amount of texture and chunks that you're getting in this sauce, it almost felt like a dried chip, which is kind of gross, but you know, like a wet chip dissolving in your mouth with a nice salsa with it. Almost what that's tasting like. So now to the one I've been really looking forward to. And I think Shawn, I think said this was the hottest of the ones, and he makes after talking to him, Shawn, that is. After we did our trade, and then he sent me these homemade sauces of his, I think he said this was the hottest of the three that he sent me, but I guess he makes some hotter stuff too, so we're talking about that. But again, very nice coloration. I know it's hard to see on this video, but it's almost got a tomato-y flavor to it, which, you know, I don't know about. Let's try it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so it's definitely got a higher heat profile than the two Verdes. The first initial heat I got off of that, though, was from like those red dried chili peppers you see hanging. Those type of peppers. And forgive me for not knowing the name right off the top of those, other than just red chilies. That's what I call them. Almost like the dried chili pepper flakes that you get with your pizza, or you can buy it outside of there, just those flakes. If you put enough of that on something, or mix enough of that with something, you get that flavor. And that's the initial flavor I get off that. I'm getting a second flavor now of tomato. Really tomato kind of strong. And normally, that's why I said before I tried it, not big on the tomato aspect of a sauce, a salsa, a hot sauce, a pizza sauce, any of those. You know, it's just sometimes too much, and I feel like it takes away from the heat and sometimes just the overall flavor. That tomatoey flavor can be a little bit too much. But this is not quite doing that. I did get a second wave. I had the first red chili flavor, the dried chili flakes I was talking about, and then a tomatoey-ish kind of finish to it. And the heat is not overpowering, but it's burning a little bit on the lips, a little bit underneath the tongue, that kind of thing. But it's not, a make you sweat kind of heat. It could be if you drink the whole bottle of this. I could see that. I mean, it's got that, that kind of heat to it. But most hot stuff does if you eat, try, or do enough of it. It'll make you sweat after a minute or two of just continuing trying it. But I'm going to give this a second go and just see if I can pick up anything else in it. I like it, And going back to why I originally made a trade, or why I reached out to Shawn, and I forget what it was, but you would, when I first saw him, and I've seen these a few times on some of your posts and just some of the things you talk about and interact with people. I've seen the labels, and so I've seen the sauce and on different foods and stuff you're doing. It was something, and either I was craving Mexican food or I had just had some, which I'm always craving Mexican food, but something like that, or you were putting it on some Mexican food or something, and so I was super interested. And then just the labeling behind it, the little Aztec kind of, figures and whatnot on those, it kind of just all came full circle. As far as being Spanish, authentic, Hispanic, Spanish type flavors. And I'd say you hit that on the mark pretty good. A second go of that red sauce is now, it's burning a little bit more. It's not over the top. It's not a sauce that's gonna, give to your friend and say, this is the hottest thing you've ever had. None of these. But the flavor is really good. On that second try, I didn't get much tomatoey in it. Not at all. The first one a bit, but not that second go. Really, really good. I kind of want to try that again. A third little bit. I don't want to waste too much of your sauce on just sampling them, because I want to get these on some food and really see what I like. But I know this would go good on a lot of Hispanic dishes. I just had this crazy thought in my head that this would be nice on some grilled cheese too. Just some simple grilled cheese with a dash or a sprinkling of this, almost as in mayo on a sandwich where you just kind of drizzle it a little bit. This would be nice on some grilled cheese. I'm gonna have to try that. But we'll get this video going and moving. Everybody's watched enough. These sauces are fantastic, Shawn. Again, I appreciate it. Appreciate the Chili Head community out there. Everybody's been super nice, super approachable. It's a good group of people, from what I found. So I like that. I'm going to try a little bit of your powder just dry real quick. It's going to kind of get all over the place with that on there, but I just want to do just a little bit. Like I said, I already tried this, and I forget what's in it. I'll mention it in the post, in the description of what is actually in this, because we talked about this, but really, really good. So here's bottoms up to the powder. Mm-hmm.